And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We got a great show for you today. As always, we are live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch live, head over to twitch.tv/takesbyfans. If you want to watch but not live, head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we are on podcasting apps, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. So however you want to watch or listen, we've got you covered multiple ways. Alrighty, today is a big old Thursday. We're going to be talking the stories of the day, breaking down the one lone NBA playoff game from last night. But don't worry, folks, we're back to two today, folks. We're back to two, so our moneymaker, we can beef it up a little bit for today's action. And then we are continuing on, kind of revisiting Aaron Rodgers' championship run. We just looked at the wild card game against the Eagles. Didn't give him a lot of credit. We gave him 10 out of 100 credit points, and we'll see what he does here against the Falcons in the divisional round of the playoffs. Step number 2, game number 2 in the playoffs. Let's see if we can give Aaron Rodgers more credit, if we have to take some credit away. And, that's just kind of, we're just revisiting and reevaluating Aaron Rodgers. How much credit does he deserve for his one lone Super Bowl appearance and win? So we're continuing on with that today, but let's just jump right into it with the stories of the day. And the first one, folks, where in the world is Turtle Rodgers today? Today is the last day of mandatory minicamps for the Packers, and Aaron Rodgers is still not there. So where the hell was he? Well, we were able to find him, folks, and this one wasn't too hard. We know Aaron Rodgers loves to live in the past, so the first place that we checked when he wasn't at mandatory minicamp was AT&T Stadium, where he won his one lone Super Bowl in 2010, a decade ago, folks. That was the last time Aaron Rodgers has even been in the Super Bowl. So that was a real easy place to find him, at AT&T Stadium. Not mandatory minicamp, reliving the dream, reliving that glory where he won his first Super Bowl, and he had plans to have 2 or 3 or 4 in the next 10 years. But, little old Turtle Rodgers, underperformed. 4 NFC Championship game losses in the last 10 years. Not getting to the Super Bowl, not able to compete for a ring, losing at the final step before opening that Super Bowl door. Unfortunate. Big Ben's been to more than one. He's got 2 rings. Kind of good. Patrick Mahomes, early on in his career, already been to 2 Super Bowls, has one. Russell Wilson, early in his career, has been to 2, won 1. Tom Brady, we don't need to talk about that. He's been to 10. In the last 10 years, Aaron Rodgers could have tried to catch up, but he couldn't. He's losing in the NFC Championship games, not able to get it done. So, if that's y'all go, Aaron Rodgers, I'll let you have it. But one Super Bowl appearance? I would love, I really want you to have 2 rings, but, 1 ring, get to a couple Super Bowls, get to 3, have 1 ring. I could potentially put you at the go, but one appearance? Haven't done anything in the last decade? I don't know. So that's where Aaron Turtle Rodgers was today, folks, living it up in AT&T Stadium, reliving his glory day, reminiscing on his only Super Bowl win and only Super Bowl appearance, and he's just been stagnant for the last 10 years. Unfortunate. Doesn't seem like he's going to get back there this year either, because he's not at the mini camps. He doesn't even want to play for the Packers. And if you're going to tell me that Aaron Rodgers is going to have the same success year 1 with the new team, I would say you're probably sadly mistaken. That's a huge outlier. Everything that Tom Brady does is just an outlier, and just he's ruining the league by himself. He's wrecking the league by himself. He's making Aaron Rodgers go through an existential crisis out here, because, he hasn't been to the Super Bowl, like we said, in a decade. And Tom Brady, new team, year 1, wins it, home stadium, GOAT certified. And Aaron Rodgers just got nothing. 13-3, beefing with his organization, hosting Jeopardy. So that's where we're at, folks. Turtle Rodgers spotted. in Texas at AT&T Stadium, nowhere near Green Bay, Wisconsin, folks. So that's where we're at, and that's what he's doing on the final day of these mandatory minicamps. Not getting better, not learning from his team. Unfortunate. Alrighty, let's keep going on here. We get Juju Smith-Schuster. Little quote by him. So Juju Smith-Schuster on returning to the Steelers, quote, "I've got to do what's best for me, and that's staying home." Alrighty, he's going to go into depth here in this article about why he says this. So let's just get right in this article. Smith-Schuster said Wednesday that he decided the best course of action was to ride another year with Big Ben Roethlisberger. Quote, "Patrick Mahomes is a great QB, and he will be for the next decade, but I think it's loyalty to my coaches and my quarterback." So, he was, re-signed a 1-year deal with the Steelers this year. He could have went to a new team. He could have played for, Patrick Mahomes, could have been on that star-studded roster, but he decides to kind of, stay here in Pittsburgh. And it's not all about loyalty to his coaches and quarterbacks. I know he started off the quotes with that, but then we actually see why he wanted to stay in Pittsburgh. So here we go. The 24-year-old admitted that the decreased salary cap played a role in signing a 1-year, $8 million deal to remain with the Steelers for 2021. He hopes a rebound year will rocket his value when he hits free agency in 2020. So once again, it wasn't about, I want to be loyal to my team and to my coaches and to Big Ben. No. It's about getting it done this year, lower salary cap this year so you can't pay these players all the money that you want or what they think they deserve and what you think they deserve. You can't pay them anything like that. You got to kind of, take the hit. Everyone's getting paid less here. So that's why he wanted to stay with the Steelers this year, to get that kind of, next year the salary cap goes up, we know, and he wants to kind of remain here with the Steelers because he's the number one wide receiver. If he went to Kansas City, he would have been probably the third wide receiver. I mean, Travis Kelce is going to be, the better wide receiver over him, even though he's a tight end. And Juju Smith-Schuster is nowhere near Tyreek Hill's level. Tyreek Hill is elite on elite for his size, and he still makes up for it absolutely crazy. And if he went to the Ravens, probably he may have been wide receiver number 1 there, but, they don't go deep. And they run the ball a lot, so he probably wouldn't have gotten all those targets, which once again, I mean, when you're going to, pay somebody, you're going to see what they've done for you lately. And if he's not at 1,000 yards, you're not going to pay him as a 1,000-yard wide receiver. And if he didn't have a great season last year, learning the system in Baltimore or learning in the system wherever he went, his value would have dropped. So that's why he's staying here with the Steelers this year, to kind of get it back going this year. It's a 1-year deal. Big Ben's last year. He's wide receiver number 1. We see their depth chart. He's still wide receiver number 1. Chase Claypool's number 2. Deontay Johnson's number 3. So he's wide receiver number 1. If he went to another team, probably wouldn't be wide receiver one right out of the gate. But let's keep going with these quotes here. Most definitely, my value is my value. With everything that happened this year was different with the cap being low. Next year, hopefully, the cap will be much bigger, which we know it is. Knowing I'll be on the market again, and every team will want to offer something with my value. So there it is. It's all about value and getting the money here. Last quote here, quote, "I'm looking at the bigger picture going into next year. I already knew if I went to the Ravens, fans would have destroyed me. Going to the Chiefs, they have a great offense playing with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, but I've got to do what's best for me, and that's staying home because I'm going to get the majority of the targets. I'm going to get the bulk of the production offensively. I'm wide receiver number 1. I have rapport with Big Ben. I don't have rapport with Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson, so I can't go there and kind of, be my elite self because I need to be my elite self this year so I can get the big contract next year." So it's not all about loyalty here for Juju Smith-Schuster. He's looking to kind of be out. It seems like he wants to be out next year. Didn't even seem like he wanted to be here this year, but once again, he had to kind of take the 1-year low $8 million hit this year to get the big contract next year. So we'll see what Juju Smith-Schuster can do this season. How well is he going to be able to play to kind of earn that big contract for next year? And then, next year we're going to be talking about where does Juju Smith-Schuster play. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on him this season, obviously, and see what he's up to next year. Alrighty, next story up, and Tom Brady, man, we heard about, he wasn't 100% last year. He had a little surgery in this offseason, and now, man, oh man, could you imagine what this Bucs team could do with, one solid whole championship winning year under all their belts, bringing everybody back, and now Buccaneers quarterback Tom Brady on recovery from knee surgery, quote, "I feel like I'm there now." Okay, we still got like 90-something days to the NFL season, and this man's ready to go now. So just imagine what this man's going to be looking like in 90-something days. He's going to be absolutely on the money. So let's see what we get in these articles right here, what this man is saying. So here we go. Already having taken part in minicamp drills and activities this week, Brady is pleased with the progress of his knee and focused on preparation for the season following the surgery to deal with an ailment that took up a great deal of his time a year ago. Quote, "From this point to the beginning of the season, to the beginning of training camp, I really feel like I can really work hard at football improvement as opposed to getting back to a rehab, place where you're more baseline." Quote, "It was an injury I dealt with really since last April. Last April, he's been dealing with this. Gosh darn, and he won a Super Bowl. Damn. Last April, May, I knew I'd have to do something at the end of the year, and happy I did it. It was probably something that certainly needed to be done, and there was a great outcome. So I'm very happy about that. I feel I'll be able to do some different things this year than I was able to do last year." Oh my God. So we're getting even better, Brady. The team overall is better. Bruce Arians has this swagger about him now, finally, since he's kind of, broken the barrier. He's got the ring now, so he's got the clout, and he's swagging out there now. He's feeling himself. Everybody on this Bucs team is truly feeling themselves now, and so you got to watch out for this Bucs team. They're going to be, oh my God, they could go 17-0, folks, truly. So everybody's just getting better here on this Bucs team. Man, oh man. Let's see what else we get here on these quotes. Though Brady continues to defy the effects of the calendar, it was a old school approach that he credits for walking tall through a season despite a bum knee. I mean, Tom Brady is winning Super Bowls on bum knees, and Aaron Rodgers can't even get to the big game. Unfortunate. Now, however, all is well and the focus is ahead. Quote, "I feel really good. Every player deals with different things. Aaron Rodgers, he deals with, being disrespected. Tom Brady doesn't have that issue. Every player deals with different things. I never like to talk about injuries. I'm just a little bit old school in that way." Okay, Tom, relax. In that you deal with them and then you just make the most of them. The good part is I'll be able to commit a lot of time to other parts. I'm sure I'll be faced with different adversities this year, but I had to spend a lot of time tending to that particular injury, which happens when you have something that you ultimately need to have surgery on to get fixed. So I had my knee surgery, and that was about 15 weeks ago today. Really happy with my rehab process, and it's been great communication. Alex Guerrero and I really work hard to try to get back to full speed to get what I need to do to begin to improve. It's been a good process of learning, and I feel like I'm there now. So, man, oh man, Tom Brady's even better than ever. He's ready to rock. He's going to be 100% by the time this season starts. And, man, oh man, when is Father Time going to catch up with this man? Now, I'm not saying I want to see it. I mean, I want to see Tom Brady perform at the highest level for as long as he can. I don't want to see Father Time kind of creep up on this man, but man, oh man, at some point it's going to come, but it doesn't seem like it's coming anytime soon. So Bucs could potentially repeat as champions, folks, and they, even though the Rams are looking real solid, bringing in Matt Stafford and that defense looking real good, you still have to have the Bucs being the kind of favorites coming out of the NFC. And we'll see how they kind of progress through the season, because we saw them get out to a slow start last season. So let's see if they truly kind of pick up where they left off at the Super Bowl last year of just getting out to that hot start. If they can go like 5, 6, 7-0 to open up the season, truly be on alert on what this freaking Bucs team can really do this year, and to kind of maximize their entire potential on everybody on this team. So Tom Brady's feeling good. The surgery is going to be a non-story. The injuries are probably going to be a non-story coming into the season. He's feeling good, folks. Alrighty, interesting here. We haven't heard a lot of news about Deshaun Watson, about his case, about how he's looking on the field. He's not really playing. And now we get this. Deshaun Watson says he wants to be a Denver Bronco, according to Kareem Jackson. So real interesting here. We know he wants out of Houston. Doesn't seem like they're going to let him out of Houston. Basically the same going on with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. But, Deshaun Watson potentially changing teams. And I don't want to see this because I want to see Teddy Bridgewater get that Bronco job. And if Deshaun Watson comes to the Denver Broncos, he's instantly going to be the starter. There's no competition. There's no debate. It's Deshaun Watson. The man's an absolute magnificent talent. So I don't want to see him go to the Denver Broncos. I want to see Teddy Bridgewater get another opportunity here to be a starter and to win games consistently, be competitive, get to the playoffs, be a playoff caliber team. And that's all this Broncos team is truly missing, a good game managing quarterback. Drew Lock was not that. Their defense is solid. They've got pieces everywhere. Melvin Gordon's real solid. Jerry Jeudy's looking real great as a young wide receiver. They've got the tight end Noah Fant. They're looking good. They just need that game manager quarterback, and we know Drew Lock is not that. That man is very streaky, very spotty, and throws a lot of picks. But Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson has been getting recruited by former teammates and countless players across the NFL, and he remains open to several options, including the Broncos. So we'll see what happens here. We haven't really heard a lot of Deshaun Watson news, so it's hard to kind of gauge where the Texans are truly at, if they are dead set on keeping them, or if they're just going to, send them away. Kind of exactly the same situation going on in Green Bay. We're really not sure what the Packers are doing. They kind of seem adamant of getting him there, and they haven't really kind of been communicating that they're like, all right, maybe there's a 1% chance we'll let him go. It kind of seems like they are dead set on just keeping him a Packer, whether he shows up or not. He's going to be a Packer either way. They're not going to let him go. So we'll see what's going on with Deshaun Watson. We'll see hopefully more in the kind of offseason as we get closer to the season, what's going on with the civil lawsuits and all that. Is that any more evidence going to come out on that? What's going on with this Texans organization, because now we get this. Dave Culley says the Texans won't hold mandatory minicamp next week. Quote, "We've accomplished what we wanted to accomplish." Okay, so you don't want to get better at anything? You're a first-time head coach out here, and you don't want all the time to get better, especially with Deshaun Watson, where you may not have him. So maybe get your kind of, Tyrod Taylor up to speed a little bit more. So just kind of, foregoing these mandatory minicamps is kind of wild here, especially for this garbage Texans team. You would truly think that they would want to do everything in their power, get all that time that you are kind of allowed here and given here by the NFL. You would think that you would take all that time to get better. We see the Packers doing it. The Packers don't kind of say, oh, we're not going to do these mandatory minicamps. Even though they don't have Aaron Rodgers, they want to get better. And if all this Deshaun Watson news is, of him truly going to hold out like Aaron Rodgers is, and truly does not want to be a Texan and wants to go to these other teams and has kind of players recruiting him to these other teams, you would really think that you would do everything in your power to get everybody else up to speed. All right, let's get the twos in. Let's get Tyrod Taylor working more reps with the ones. Let's get, the number twos out here. Let's get everybody up to speed. I don't understand why you're foregoing extra practice time. It's like 3 days. You're going to just forgo that? So it's not looking good here for the Texans. Deshaun Watson news, first-time head coach, garbage organization from top to bottom, and now they're not even doing the mandatory minicamps next week. So we can't buy this Texans team any. 0%. Texans are looking trash. Lions are looking trash. And the Jaguars are all looking trash. So trash organizations, trash teams are always trash. It's hard to come up from trash to being good. And you just keep this trash recyclepeating. And that's what it's looking like going on here with this Texans organization. So, man, I was baffled when I read this. Why not get that extra time to practice and prepare? You've learned everything in the OTAs. You've accomplished everything you've wanted to accomplish. Then your goals were probably low if you were able to accomplish everything in just the OTAs. So Yeah, this Texans team, y'all. What is going on in this league, folks? What is going on with this league? It's like everybody's complacent on being trash. People see the Patriots dynasty and Tom Brady being the greatest quarterback of all time, and nobody wants to do that with their organization. Everybody just wants to be trash and just kind of make headlines. That's all we're in the business for. We just want to make headlines. Tebow, wrestling event, Dan Campbell, motorcycle helmet to the press conference. We're only interested in making stories, making headlines. We're not actually interested in getting better. What is that? What is that, folks? We're big on competition here, and there's no competition with the Lions. There's no competition with the Jags, and there's definitely no competition here with the Texans. They don't even want to practice. They don't even want to get better. So can't buy them, folks. And so we'll just add that team, folks. We already knew we can't buy the Texans and the Jags, but now we can definitely not buy this Texans team. So we'll see what other team's going to kind of be on that dreaded not buying 1% board on these trash teams. We've got 3 already. There's room for more, folks. I'll put all the teams we need to on that big board, but the Texans have just found themselves on the board you do not want to be on, the garbage board, the non-competitive board, the non-buying in, not even 1% board. So welcome Texans, welcome. Now I understand why Deshaun Watson wants to leave. They're like, y'all not even practicing. What are we doing? Trash. Texans are trash. Certified right there. Alrighty, let's check in with Jordan Love here in the Packers. So day 1 of the mandatory minicamps, we know Aaron Rodgers didn't show up, so Jordan Love was taking most of the reps, and he had a pretty not great day. So we get this tweet out here from day 1 of these mandatory minicamps. Jordan Love's first crack at the 2-minute drill. Barely gets past midfield and ends up with him skying a pass over wide open Malik Taylor's head on 4th and 7. So not great there, not showing up day 1, but day 2, it was a complete turnaround for this man. Complete turnaround. We got some highlights. He had a great wheel route to A.J. Dillon on the right sideline for 30 yards. There was a free play that he went deep to Alan Lazard for 45 yards. He had a deep corner route to Juwan Winfrey for 30 yards, and then a deep sideline to Aaron Jones for 30 yards. He was so hot in practice that tight ends coach Justin Outen started fanning him with this kind of clipboard. He was so gosh darn on fire. So day 1 not good, day 2 very good. Now we got day 3 today. We'll know more, probably by tomorrow when the practice officially wraps up and we can talk about it and all the articles and tweets come out. But love it. Jordan Love getting better. Day 1, he was probably very anxious. Oh my God, is Aaron Rodgers going to show up? Do I have to go out there right from the get-go? Is all the pressure going to be on me? Day 1, and it ended up it was. Aaron Rodgers doesn't show. But day 2, we kind of, settled in a little bit more, had the experience from day 1, and got better day 2. And that's exactly what we love to see. So Jordan Love getting it down, getting better. We love to see it. And then we get this quote from him. After practice, saying that Jordan Love on if he's ready to be the week 1 starter if it got to that point. Quote, 100%. This is the time where I'm going to let's start that over. 100%. This is the time where I'm getting a lot of extremely valuable reps that I may not have gotten in normal circumstances. Absolutely. He would not be rocking with the ones. He would not be getting all these reps if Aaron Rodgers was there. I was drafted here to play quarterback, so I'll definitely be ready week 1, and I love that. Yes, sir. Get it done. Get that confidence up. We saw him getting better every single day. Day 3 is still a little question mark. We'll see. Hopefully he gets better. Hopefully he doesn't revert back from day 1 to day 3. But like we said, we'll know more tomorrow when the practices all officially wrap up. It's only a 3-day mandatory minicamp here for the Packers, so... But let's see what else we get. We got a couple more quotes here of Jordan Love. So after an unimpressive Tuesday, Love looked sharp at Packers practice Wednesday, according to local reporters in attendance. Those are some of the tweets that we just read from these local reporters. The result was encouraging for all involved, considering the former first-round selection was a non-factor in his first NFL season. If Love ends up being forced into the starting role because of Aaron Rodgers' discontent with the Packers, days like Wednesday provide proof that maybe Love will be able to handle the job. Quote, I definitely think good days, build confidence, and then just stacking good days on top of each other. And exactly, that's why we want to see what happens today. Day 3, day 2 was good. That was a good day. Let's stack another good day on top of the previous good day, and let's just keep getting better from there. And, Jordan Love has the perfect attitude, saying it perfectly there. Quote, obviously, I think anything that you do that's doing good and performing at a high level, it'll definitely take your confidence up and just let you be more comfortable out there and play smoother. Exactly. That confidence is everything. And if you saw, oh my God, I can do this. I just made all the throws day 2. You're ready to rock for day number 3, wanting to get better and wanting to improve. Your coaches are believing in you. They're fanning you off. They're like, damn, this man is on fire. Somebody call the fire department. Oh my goodness. The field is in flames, folks. Get the fire department down here. And Aaron Rodgers is probably, at AT&T Stadium, like we said today, Turtle Rodgers, he was probably like, where's all that smoke coming from? That looks like Green Bay. What? Somebody on fire over there? That better not be Jordan Love on fire. He's probably like, oh my God, I got to, hurry my way over there to Green Bay, because if it's Jordan Love causing all the fire over there in Green Bay, I got to go get my starting rollback. So we'll see if kind of this impressive nature from Jordan Love brings Aaron Rodgers back. Probably not, but maybe. We'll see. So great quote there. What else do we get here? Love is gaining an understanding of how to play with the Packers' best players in real time after he was unable to work with Green Bay's top talent during earlier portions of the offseason due to their absence. Once again, the OTAs, you didn't have to show up. Devontae Adams didn't show up, so that's your A1 tier 1 wide receiver. Now he's getting to work with him because Aaron Rodgers is not there, and everything seems to be clicking decently. A second day of work showed his first strides made in this effort. Quote, I definitely feel like it was a good day for me and for everyone else as well. Just bouncing back from yesterday's practice on offense, it wasn't our best practice all around, and for me as well. Being able for us to come out here and just bounce back today, it meant a lot for everybody and showed how much we were able to bounce back. It was a good day, and just the goal for now is to keep stacking good days on better tomorrow. So once again, just coming in, Devontae Adams wasn't there for the OTA, so Jordan Love didn't really know how to kind of get it done with him. Kind of took that first day and then built on top of it. Day number 2 got better. So watch out, folks. Is Jordan Love the real deal? Once again, probably not, but we'll see. It's encouraging, and we're going to take it day by day. We're going to see what this man's got, and he's most likely going to be the starter here, week 1 for the Packers. Like we said, we do not see Aaron Rodgers being a Packer. If he didn't show up day 1 for mandatory OTAs, we know Aaron Rodgers, he's very headstrong, folks. He will not cave in. He will not give in. If he didn't show up day 1 for the mandatory minicamps, he's not going to show up at the end of these mandatory minicamps. He's not going to show up for the next cycle of practices that emerge here for the Packers. He's done, folks. He's officially not a Packer anymore. Now we'll see what the Packers do with him. Do they cut him loose of the contract? We hope they don't. If Aaron Rodgers wants to hold the team hostage, I hope the team holds them hostage right back. Hey, we got Jordan Love. We feel decent. We're not going to say totally in love with Jordan Love, but we feel decent with him, putting him out there, and we feel our defense and our skill players can kind of, elevate the team overall, and we can just have Jordan Love be a game manager out here, and I feel like we can still have success and consistent wins, stringing along some wins. We could probably win 9-10 games, squeak into a wild card playoff spot, and we'll go from there. But Aaron Rodgers, if you don't want to show up, that's fine. That's on you, but you are still a Packer. Unfortunate, but, that's the contract you signed. So we'll see what's going on with Jordan Love as we kind of, wrap up these mandatory mini camps, and we'll see what he does for the rest of the offseason. But, hey, good day, too. We'll see how he improves. Alrighty, we get another kind of clip out here of what's going on in these mandatory mini camps, what's going on, and now we get a nice little 5-second one-play clip of the Giants, and it's Kenny Golladay and Daniel Jones working in the red zone from like 5 yards out, and this man throws an absolute bullet, and Kenny Golladay stunting on him, catching it one hand. Yes, sir. All righty. Love it. We're big on this Giants team coming into this season. They've got all the pieces. We're big believers in Danny Dimes, folks, Daniel Jones, and you love seeing promising film out here. Love seeing these kind of great reps with the starters, getting used to your new weapons out here. Daniel Jones, let's start going deep, man. Let's start being more consistent. We think he can do all that, and we're getting some nice kind of promising signs. And once again, I know it's early, and I know there's no contact and there's no pads, and I get all of it, folks, but hey, you got to start somewhere, and this is the building blocks of it. Just like what Jordan Love was doing, building blocks, building good days on top of good days on top of good days. You still got to, build good plays on top of good plays and get the kind of early base down and then implement everything else. So they're looking real good out here. They've got weapons on weapons on weapons offensively with the wide receivers and the running back, and Daniel Jones just has to go out there and execute, and he's looking real sharp here. A nice bullet pass to Kenny Golladay, back of the end zone for the one-handed catch. Love it. And, talking about the Giants here, Saquon Barkley, Giants running back Saquon Barkley offers no firm timetable for return. Quote, it's going to be whenever my body tells me I'm ready. And he can't, he has to kind of live by this. He can't kind of rush anything back. He cannot really take another injury. He's been in the league he's going into his third season. Is that correct? Third season, 2019, 2020. He started 2018? Started 2018. So he's going into kind of his fourth season here. Drafted 2018. Going into his third year officially. But yeah, year one, he was kind of out for 3 games. He suffered a ankle sprain and caused him to miss 3 games. Then just last season, we know the MCL sprain keeps him out for the entire season, or the ACL tear keeps him out for the entire season, and just truly unfortunate. It was like 2 games in, folks. So he knows he can't really take another big injury. Running backs, they just get tossed aside, thrown to the curb whenever they kind of have that injury history. Just look at Todd Gurley. The Rams, number 1 running back, the face of the franchise, suffered the bad injury, and then has been thrown away. We're going to talk about him in a second, but went to the Falcons. They got rid of him after only 1 year. Doesn't have a team right now. Still looking for that. So Saquon Barkley looking to secure that second contract. That's the big contract, folks. Your rookie contract's nothing special, nothing big. It's solid money. Don't get us wrong. It's 10 to 20 million, 25 million. So it's still good money, but you're looking for that second contract, that Derrick Henry $60+ million, that Ezekiel Elliott $90+ million. So you're looking for that big payday, and you won't get it if you are injury prone. It's unfortunate. It's the business side of football. It's the reliability of you not out there in production for the offense, and it is truly unfortunate, but that's just the way it goes. So he knows he can't have another big injury. He needs to be on the field here for the entire season. Not only just for himself, but for this team, folks. He's going to tie this entire team together, because if they don't have the running game, you're just going to focus on the passing game defensively and shut it down, and you're not going to be able to do anything. With Saquon Barkley, you have to respect the pass game because the wide receivers are plentiful there with the Giants, and then you also have to respect the running game because he's top 5 running backs in the league when healthy. But he has to stay healthy. He has to be out on the field to affect that offense. So he knows he can't be injured. He's taking it day by day here. He's not pushing anything. He doesn't even really need to practice. He knows the system. He's been here for 2 years, going into his third, but still needs to be out there. So, quote, it's going to be whenever my body tells me I'm ready. He's not going to push it. He's waiting till he feels 1,000% healthy. So I respect that, and we'll see. Hopefully it comes sooner than later, but like we said, we just need that man to be healthy. Alrighty, let's keep going here. Talking about the Saints now, and Jameis Winston paid for the Saints wide receiver Tre'Quan Smith to fly out and work out together. So I love that. Jameis Winston, he's always kind of been a dog working. We never kind of, knock his work ethic. We knock his leadership a little bit, and we knock his interceptions a ton. You can't be throwing 30 interceptions in a season. So, that leadership, we love it, coming out here. Hey, I want to work with you. I'm trying to get better here in the offseason. I'm going to pay for you to come out here. I'll pay for your flight. I don't care. I'm paying for you to come out here. Now, Tre'Quan Smith is now the wide receiver number 2 for the Saints now because they don't have Emmanuel Sanders anymore. Michael Thomas, number 1, and then Tre'Quan Smith, number 2, and then Marquez Callaway, number 3 wide receiver. That's kind of the depth that they're working with. So should have probably went out with, Michael Thomas, but maybe Michael Thomas wasn't picking up the phone. He's like, Jameis, I love you, but I don't need no practice. Like, I'm not coming out here. It doesn't matter what you pay me. I'm not coming out there. So Tre'Quan Smith wanting to get better as well. Last season, he only had 400 yards receiving. Once again, not really that main focal point of the offense, obviously, when you have, Emmanuel Sanders and Michael Thomas and then Alvin Kamara and then Jared Cook at the tight end position. You're not going to go to Tre'Quan Smith. So love that here by Jameis Winston, getting the work in, being that leader, taking control of what he can control here for the Saints. He's like, I can't control what Taysom Hill's doing. I can't control Sean Payton's, his control over, how he's going to pick a quarterback for the starting job here. All I can control is me getting better. And that's what we want to see from Jameis Winston because we've seen it, folks. We've seen him prove that he can play the game of football. We've seen it. Let me bring up his stats quickly because the one season was truly amazing, folks. 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. 30 touchdowns is great. 30 interceptions is not. He also threw for 5,000 yards, folks, and that is the pinnacle of great quarterback production in the NFL. 5,000 yards. It's rarely ever happened. It's like 10 times in the course of the entire NFL. Drew Brees has like 3 or 4 of them. No other quarterback has more than one. I don't even think Tom Brady has one. I don't think Aaron Rodgers has one either. It's a real selective bunch, folks. I think Dan Marino has one, which is kind of crazy. But Jameis Winston having a 5,000-yard season, that's talent, folks, and I got to respect the hell out of that. So I would love to see this man get better. Got to cut down on the interceptions, though. Folks, look at these interceptions. Year 1, 15. Year 2, 18. Year 3, 11. We can get behind that, but only played 13 games, so you could probably expect 4 or 5 more in those other 3 games that he would have played. Year number 4, we got 14, and then came year number 5, 30 for 30, folks. 33 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. Wild. And still went 7-9. I mean, that's what interceptions do to you. You can throw for 5,000 yards. You can throw for 33 touchdowns, but if you're throwing all those interceptions, you are not winning games, folks, and that's what we see right there. This season, the 2019 season for Jameis Winston, needs to be more observed and more broken down as an entire rule in the NFL. You can do the yards, you can do the touchdowns, but if you are turning the ball over, we are not winning games. It doesn't matter if our defense is good. It doesn't matter if you're good. Turnovers ruin games. They cause for losses, and that is the pinnacle season right here, and everybody needs to be aware of this. Everybody should study this man's 2019 season, honestly. You can learn everything you need to know from just Jameis Winston's 2019 season. So it's tough, man. It's tough. I think I'm rooting for Taysom Hill just a little bit more over Jameis Winston. It's real close on who I would want to see win the starting quarterback job here for the Saints. I want to see what Taysom Hill can do. We haven't seen him in a full season. We've seen what Jameis Winston can do. The 30 for 30, and it's great, and that's great. But I want to see. It's unknown. It's unknown. So maybe it's a little bit more intriguing to us. For Taysom Hill, but overall, I love the leadership of Jameis Winston here, getting better, and that's all you can ask for. So we haven't really seen anything come out of the Saints kind of OTAs. I think they start minicamp next week. A lot of teams, only a select few teams, not a lot of teams were having the mandatory minicamps this week, but next week a lot of teams start them. Not the Texans, like we said, which is crazy. But, hopefully we can kind of see how the quarterback competition is going here for Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill, but Jameis Winston, he's putting in the work, it seems like, so I got to respect it. Alrighty, here we go. We got a nice little 45-second highlight clip here. And, we talk about Darren Waller all the time, folks, how he's so elite and he's really going to change the position of the tight end. It's already kind of starting to change with Travis Kelce and Rob Gronkowski and George Kittle and all them. But Darren Waller is going to kind of be the new kind of archetype of what a true great elite A1 tier 1 tight end is going to be in this league. So we get his best fantasy performance last season was 32 points in week 13. So let's see how he's looking out here, and let's see what Darren Waller's got. So here we go. First play, Derek Carr, just a nice over the middle, and just look at him go, folks. The speed, I know it didn't pick up that many yards, but then he wants to hit. That's, the good thing about having a tall, great catching wide tight end, that he can go and kind of make this hit on the defense. Pretty great. All right, play number 2 here. Going deep. Look at that. Wide open. How is it tight end that wide open? Y'all not respecting it? And then in the red zone, that's easy. Oh, my God. It's like the Jets' defense was trash, we know. But Darren Waller just able to get wide open, finding that space. Here we go. This time he's like wide up. He's lined up out wide, folks. Here he goes. Coming back to the ball. The speed. The jukes. Look at that man. Yes, sir. Beating a safety, a tight end, able to kind of juke out the safety with the stutter step. You don't see tight ends doing that, folks. That's Darren Waller. Touchdown. Yes, sir. We get another play here. Here we go. Bingo, bango. Shallow kind of slant. 25 yards. Speed is there. Over the middle. Yes, sir. Can he finish this one? Just has to run out of bounds, unfortunately. Last play. Over the middle of the field. Getting open. They're double covering him. And once again, that's another thing. That kind of great position, if you're a great pass-catching tight end, you're drawing the double team. So now your wide receivers are on one-on-one coverage. Man coverage. No help over the top. So he just opens up everything there. So watch out for Darren Waller. Obviously, he does this. He's shown that you can do this in the NFL at the size and speed. And then we got Kyle Pitts coming in. So watch out. The Falcons are still going to be great, because if you're not double teaming Calvin Ridley, you've got single coverage on Kyle Pitts. If you're double covering Kyle Pitts, you're leaving Calvin Ridley one-on-one. And either way, you're going to die by not having double coverage on both of those players. So we'll see how these two players, Kyle Pitts and Darren Waller, perform in 2021, but man, oh man, 2020, if that's a preview of what's coming, man, oh man, the tight end position is going to get absolutely wild here. Alrighty, let's head over to Chicago, folks, and Justin Fields. We know this man's going to be the starting quarterback week 1. The media's dancing around it. The Bears aren't kind of coming out saying it, but we know this is going to happen. You are not starting Andy Dalton week 1. You are not doing that. It's not happening, folks. Do not buy into that hype that Andy Dalton's going to be the week 1 starter. So Darnell Mooney on Justin Fields, quote, "The very first one he threw to me, I was smiling mid-route. The man knew this man could play, folks." So that's, getting your wide receivers, getting your skill players involved. If they're happy with the quarterback, that's going to be the quarterback you're going to go with, folks. If he's making all the right throws, if this man is smiling mid-route because he's like, oh my God, Andy Dalton would never throw this clean, this good to me in this kind of exactly where I needed it to be. And that's what Justin Fields was out there doing. Getting it done at the quarterback position. Even though he's a rookie, he's out dueling Andy Dalton, because Andy Dalton is nothing in this league. Unfortunate, but it's the truth. He's nothing. He's average, below average, backup quarterback in this league. And Justin Fields, Justin Fields coming into this, league with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. Maybe didn't, fell a little bit harder. Thought he should have been one of those kind of top 3 quarterbacks that went in the draft. But, he's making the most out of it here. And he's making the wide receivers happy. And, that's exactly what you want to see from your quarterback. And so we get this quote. Of Darnell Mooney saying, hey, the very first one he threw to me, I was smiling mid-route. And then just today, so that quote was yesterday. And then today, they signed him. They signed him to his rookie deal, 4-year, $18 million, which includes an $11 million signing bonus. So, kind of a coincidence. He's looking good out there in practice. The receivers are happy with him. All right, now we're going to sign you. Now, okay, we got to get serious about him being a true starter, a true member of this team. Let's get this man signed, and they just signed him today. So big things, good things are coming out of the Bears camps, of their practices, and people are buying into Justin Fields, and that's absolutely fantastic. So Andy Dalton, unfortunate. Be prepared to be the backup. That's all we're gonna say. Alrighty, let's keep going here. Talking about the Vikings now. Vikings quarterback Kirk Cousins plans to be, quote, an open book to rookie Kellen Mond. Okay, rookie quarterback Kellen Mond. The Vikings drafted him in the 3rd round, so yeah, Kirk Cousins is like, yeah, my job's pretty much safe. But be careful what you think, because Aaron Rodgers said the same thing about Jordan Love. I'm going to be the great teammate. I'm going to not do what kind of Brett Favre did to me. I'm going to mentor. I know he's my replacement, but, I'm still going to, kind of work with him and get him up to speed and get him ready to rock when I leave, when I'm done, then he can go. But what happened with it? Aaron Rodgers isn't showing up this season. So still kind of, it definitely, them drafting Jordan Love is still getting to Aaron Rodgers, which we know. But even though he says it out in the media, hey, Aaron Rodgers said the same thing. I think he said the same thing, quote, open book, that Kirk Cousins says here. Obviously, Kirk Cousins does not hold the same weight that Aaron Rodgers does, but still that same mindset. Kirk Cousins, be careful out here. So let's go into this article, see if we get anything else here by Kirk Cousins. How much is he truly kind of sucking up to management a little bit, the coaches? Hey, I'm just going to be an open book. I'm going to teach him. I love it. I love being a mentor. Hey, he's my backup. He's possibly my replacement, but I don't care. I'm for the betterment of the team. So let's see what Kirk Cousins is saying. Cousins isn't bothered by the Vikings using a day 2 draft pick on a signal caller who could one day take his job. The veteran is willing to mentor the Texas A&M product. Quote, you're an open book. You're helpful, and you're there, and make yourself available, Cousins said. So making yourself available, Aaron Rodgers, he's not available. If Jordan Love reached out to Aaron Rodgers right now, he would probably smash his phone, throw his phone away, change the number, change the carrier, even change the type of phone. If Aaron Rodgers was rocking with an iPhone, he's going to Android. He's like, I do not want to even give this man a chance to try to contact me again. I didn't show up to mandatory minicamps. Did you not get the message, Jordan? Do not come to me for advice. So Cousins said he's going to make himself available. Okay, we'll see. Because it kind of seems like Mike Zimmer doesn't truly want Kirk Cousins there next year and kind of wants this man out as soon as possible. But we'll keep an eye on it. Cousins is due guaranteed salaries of $21. Oh my God, I cannot believe it. He's guaranteed salaries of $21 million and $35 million the next 2 years, respectively. So the quarterback can comfortably mentor the young, raw Mond without fear of losing his job or money coming his way. It helps that the Vikings kept Cousins informed of their plans to draft a quarterback potentially. Quote, there was good communication through the process, and Kellen's been great, working hard, picking up our offense quickly. And once again, this totally different from the Packers of what we're hearing from Aaron Rodgers. The Vikings saying, hey, Kirk, we're going to draft a quarterback. You're still here. We're paying you the money. You've got no worries. And Kirk Cousins is like, yeah, okay, I'm with it. Thank you for the open communication. Thank you for the honesty. And Aaron Rodgers, there's none of that going on in the Packers organization. So we'll see if, obviously, being guaranteed $21 and $35 million. Yeah, you can take my job. I don't care. Do I need to play anymore? I'm guaranteed this money. Yes, I'll show you everything. Come over here. I'll work with you 24/7. I will get you up to speed. So, Kirk Cousins being kind of the mentor, which you want to be. Aaron Rodgers had that initially, rookie year with Jordan Love. This is all what Aaron Rodgers was saying. But then comes year 2. love is lost there. So we'll see how long Kirk Cousins keeps up this kind of mentality of wanting to train his replacement, because it's all good and fun when they're trash and they're nowhere even close to taking your starting job. But when they start knocking on the door, when they start knocking on that opportunity to take your job, that's when all the fun is gone. Then that's where all the love gets lost. And we just kind of saw from Aaron Rodgers. He had the same exact attitude last year with Jordan Love. We'll see how long Kirk Cousins is going to buy what he's doing here. How long he's going to keep himself available until he kind of, changes his number, changes his phone, changes his carrier, changes his model of phone, because Kellen Mond is trying to get a hold of Kirk Cousins, asking for advice on how to get better. Alrighty, let's head over to Todd Gurley news now, and this is funny. This is pretty funny here, folks. Former Pro Bowl running back Todd Gurley is visiting with the Ravens today. Now, let's just take that part of the story. Pretty solid there. Once again, the Ravens kind of running back is all about committee there. They run the ball a lot more. They just lost Mark Ingram, who was that great veteran third, and now Todd Gurley, once again, he could be, absolutely, the man's a third running back in this league, a solid 2. We know he cannot be a number 1. He cannot sustain the workload of a number 1 running back, but I think that would be a perfect fit for him with the Ravens. Being that third, being that veteran presence, that nice mentor to young J.K. Dobbins, and who's their other one? J.K. Dobbins and damn, I'm blanking on that. Let's look that up very quickly. It's on the tip of my tongue. J.K. Dobbins and blah, blah, blah. We got Gus Edwards. That's right. So being that third to these 2 solid running backs with a running back by committee kind of main focus of in the offense, and that's where Todd Gurley could probably fit in absolutely perfectly. Now, what is funny, though, because he visited another team, folks, a couple of days ago. He just recently visited. I'll let y'all guess. I'll give you 4 seconds to guess. Where did he visit? The Lions. Trash. I mean, if you get a player in your kind of facility, you do not let him leave without a contract, because he's not coming back. And he kind of looked around the Lions. He's like, yeah, this is trash. I'm not staying here. Hopefully he didn't come on the day that Dan Campbell wore the racing helmet all around practice the entire day, because he probably would have took 1 step in the facility, saw Dan Campbell, and then instantly walked out. So he left the Lions organization without getting a deal done. I don't think he's going to go back there. He's visiting the Ravens today. We'll see if he leaves with the deal, but I think that is truly the best spot for him right now. No team is in need of Todd Gurley, unfortunately. We kind of saw what he did with the Falcons last season, a little lackluster. Couldn't really truly kind of revitalize his career there, even though he had the opportunity there. He could have been running back number 1, just couldn't really get that level of production needed. So I think this is the perfect fit for him. A chance to win a ring, that'd be nice. That'd be perfect for Todd Gurley to get a ring. And he could kind of just be that third solid mentor, veteran presence the Ravens kind of need a little bit. So funny that he left, that he did not sign with the Lions. Cannot see him signing there, and we'll see what he does with this Ravens kind of workout. All right, a couple more stories to go over, so let's keep going here. And this one we have to do a little investigation on, so we'll see if there's any weight to this. So here we go. DeAndre Hopkins, once again, a great wide receiver that didn't get that much in return. I think he only went for like a second. They traded him for like a second-round draft pick, and that was kind of the big Julio Jones thing. The Atlanta Falcons wanted the number 1. Didn't seem like anybody was offering him the number 1, because he went for a second-round pick and, like a 6th round, 4th round. So nothing great here for Julio Jones. And we get this quote by DeAndre Hopkins, quote, I was only coming off a first-team All-Pro, so I kind of figured I might only go for a second round, but I was surprised a guy like Julio would only go for a second round. So, once again, I don't think this is like disrespect to these great wide receivers. We do have to kind of take into context that this man is 32 years old and has kind of a lot of injuries. The hamstring, it's tough, man. It's always there, that hamstring injury. You never truly fix that hamstring. Once it's there and once it's always been a problem, it's kind of going to be there for the rest of your career, unfortunately. So what I want to do here quickly is just kind of go through all the great wide receivers, all the great ones, Hall of Fame ballots, surefire Hall of Famers, if they're not in already. But let's see what these wide receivers are doing. The best wide receivers in the league in NFL history, what were they doing at 32? Were we still getting great production at 32? Were they done at 32, done at 33? Did they make it to 40, 35, 36? So we've got some queued up here. So let's just see what the great wide receivers are doing here at 32 years of age, because this is not about disrespect to Julio Jones. It's just unfortunate, the age. We do have to take that into consideration. So that's why no team was really willing to give him a first-round pick in for a trade of Julio Jones. It's not about disrespect. It's about production. So let's take a look on who we got. Here we go. We'll start here with Michael Irvin, Hall of Famer, great wide receiver, obviously. 32 years old. That was his last productive season. 1,000 yards, 1 touchdown. 32. 33 was his last year officially, but only started 4 games. So 32 was the last good year of Michael Irvin. Then we go to Chad Johnson, 32. Once again, not even it was a solid year at 32. 800 yards, 4 touchdowns. At 31, he had 1,000 yards, and then he ended up playing till 33, but only started 3 games for 276 yards. So once again, not the best there at 32 years of age, not in his prime. I mean, we could just take a look. I mean, his prime at 24 to 29, 1,100 yards, 1,300 yards, 1,200 yards, 1,400 yards, 1,300 yards, 1,400 yards in his prime, really falling off at 32. Really falling off at 31. All right, then we go to Calvin Johnson. Once again, a Hall of Famer here. He didn't even get to 32. He got to 30. Now, that was a little different circumstance with that Detroit Lions team just being trash, and he didn't really want to play there anymore. So unfortunate there. And at 30, I mean, he still put up 1,200 yards, which is still good. All right, then we go to Jerry Rice, another Hall of Famer. This man was getting it done at 32. At 32, he did 1,400, basically 1,500. It was 1,499 yards. We can round it up to 1,500 yards. That's what 32. Then he played at 33 and put up 1,800 yards, his best receiving season of his entire career. 1,800 yards, 15 touchdowns. Magnificent. At 34, he went for 1,200 yards. At 36, he went for 1,100 yards. At 39, he went for 1,100 yards. At 40, he went for 1,200 yards, and then kind of fell off there at 41 and 42, retiring at 42. So, hey, it still works. It's not like, Julio Jones is going to be an outlier here if he works at 32. But, overall, it's still a little kind of 50-50. But we still got some more to kind of go over for. We got Randy Moss. He played at 32, 1,200 yards at 32, and then really kind of falling off at 33. Couldn't even find a home. Took a couple of years off, tried to come back at 35, and did not work out. Only 434 yards. That's Randy Moss. All right, then we go to Marvin Harrison. At 32, 1,100 yards. 33, he put up 1,100 yards. 34, he put up 1,300 yards. And then falling off at 35 and 36, only putting up 800 yards in those 2 seasons. Then we go to Chris Carter. What is he looking like? 32, 1,000 yards. 33, 1,000 yards. 34, 1,200 yards. 35, 1,200 yards. And then falling off at 36 and 37, not even putting up 1,000 yards between those 2 seasons. Let's go to Reggie Wayne. What is he doing at 32? We got 1,300 yards at 32. He's got 1,300 yards at 34 as well, falling off at 35 and 36. Solid production there, not playing a lot of games. 35, only played 7 games for 500 yards, and then 36 his last season, 700 yards. Solid production out there. A couple more, we got T.O. 32, he did 760 yards, but he only played 7 games. Came back at 33 for 1,100 yards. 34, 1,300 yards. 35, 1,000 yards. And then really kind of not even falling off at the end of his career. 36 and 37, 800 and 900 yards respectively. So solid work there, getting up to like 35. And then we got to talk about one player in the NFL right now, Larry Fitzgerald, legend Larry. What do we got here at 32? 1,200 yards. 33, 1,000 yards. 34, 1,100 yards. And then just these last couple of seasons, he's not that A1 tier 1 wide receiver anymore. They use him more sparingly. Number 2, number 3 wide receiver. But he was still putting up some decent production out here. 35, 700 yards, 36, 800 yards. Just last season, only 400 yards. And he's still playing this year. So we'll see what he can do. But just overall, we see some Hall of Famers, some of the greatest, not make it past 32. We see some of the other greatest make it to 35, 36. And we see the outlier here, truly, of Jerry Rice getting it done until his 42. Absolutely amazing. So I just think, I don't want to kind of, I don't see him being traded for only a second-round pick as true disrespect. I don't think it's about that. It's a little 50-50 if wide receivers are good past 32. 32 seems to kind of be the cutoff of greatness. And then, if you make it past 32, it's a little hit and miss, season here, season there. It can be done. We've seen it. So, there's still potential there for Julio Jones. That's why you kind of, trade for him right now. But I don't think it's about disrespect. I don't think it has anything to do with that. It's just kind of, the history and the numbers. So we'll see how Julio Jones does this season. Once again, the injuries and the age, how's that going to catch up with him? But, we've seen players go to 42. So we'll see what he can do. Alrighty, here we go. Let's switch over to the Patriots now. And, we were buying into Cam Newton. We're buying into him. And then he got that little injury, that little bone bruise. And then we had to kind of pull back a little bit. But now we get this. Bill Belichick says that Cam Newton, he's not practicing, but the QB will, quote, be all right. So I guess that's kind of, encouraging words from Bill Belichick. We know he's very, not soft-spoken, but rarely spoken. So very, very quick quotes right here. Speaking to reporters Thursday, New England coach Bill Belichick didn't sound too concerned with Newton's injury, but noted that the QB wouldn't practice. Quote, he's doing all right. He won't practice today, but he's getting better. Asked if the injury was anything serious, the coach replied, no, well, he's not out there, but I think he'll be all right. Yeah. That's what we're getting by Bill Belichick. Classic kind of Bill Belichick attitude out there, but it seems to be this bone bruise isn't anything big or severe, which we didn't think it was going to be, but holding him out of practice, maybe Mac Jones gets a couple of reps. I don't see him kind of outpacing Cam Newton, but still Cam Newton not being out there, not getting those reps, and that's kind of why we initially started to buy back into him this season, because we saw, Josh McDaniels kind of praise that, he was actually learning the playbook a lot better, learning the language a lot better, and now this kind of setback of not being out on the field because he can't practice, is he going to be able to kind of step right back into that good role that we saw early on in the OTAs? So Cam Newton, I guess, we're taking it very, very small, very, very small strides here with Cam Newton. We're not going to go overboard with him just quite yet because he let us down last year in the regular season, but we are still, steadily, slowly buying back into Cam Newton, and this hand injury, the bone bruise, isn't anything too serious. All right, let's head over to some NBA stories real quick. Two of them to talk about. So here we go. The first one, that Kemba Walker and the Boston Celtics both want a breakup. The Celtics were trying to trade him this season at the trade deadline, couldn't get anything going. Kemba Walker didn't like that, so we can expect that he's not going to be a Celtic next season. But what is interesting here, there's a report that the OKC Thunder, Oklahoma City, is a team to monitor in a Kemba Boston split. And why is that great? Because if you're going to, trade a point guard, get rid of your point guard, you can get their point guard. And who's great there for the Thunder? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And if you bring him on the Celtics, that's all the Celtics are truly, well, they are missing a decent big, but they've got the two solid superstars on their team, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, that can get it done. Kemba Walker, I don't know if he's a superstar, all-star at best, doesn't know how to win, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he knows how to win, folks. When he's on that floor, he can win. He learned a lot from Chris Paul, playing with him in the bubble, then took what he learned for this season. Just unfortunately, he couldn't stay healthy. The overall roster of the Thunder was a little lackluster, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was still getting it done there for the Thunder. So if he gets kind of traded to the Celtics team for Kemba Walker straight up, I'm all about that 100%. I can definitely buy into that Celtics team coming in to next year. Then they just kind of have to get a solid big, not a superstar big, a decent tier 1 or tier 2 big out there, and this Celtics team could be right back up there at the top of the East. So I want to see that. I do. Obviously, Kemba Walker's not going to be a Celtics next season, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, now we're talking. That man can ball, folks. That man's great. All right, and then the last story to talk about here, LeBron James. He's changing his jersey number next year with the Lakers to number 6. He wore number 6 in Miami. We can see what he did in those Miami years. We got that up. So here we go. 4 seasons in Miami wearing number 6. His career average is 27 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. So let's see if wearing number 6 gave him any superhuman powers here in Miami. So the first year in Miami, averaging 26 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds, so basically the same. The second year in Miami, 27 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Basically on the average. Third year in Miami, 26 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Once again, the average. And his fourth in last season, 27 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. Basically 7 rebounds, 6.9. But yeah, I mean, didn't do anything great. Wearing number 6, solid. He won 2 rings at number 6, so I'll give him that. Went to 4 straight finals as number 6, so I'll give him that. But the interesting part of the story is that, LeBron James, early exit from the playoffs, unfortunate, wants to kind of stay in the news cycle, announces this way. Well, I mean, why announce it right now? We're still in the postseason. This season is still going, but LeBron James is looking forward to next season because he's not in the playoffs anymore. Beat in the first round, unfortunate. Not his fault. I mean, Anthony Davis couldn't stay healthy, and that Lakers team is just absolutely trash around him. But he wants to make the news, wants to kind of, he pushed out the Toon Squad, what is it called? Space Jam. He pushed out that new trailer that just came out. He wants to stay in the kind of positive kind of limelight here. Doesn't want anybody to bring up the Lakers this season, his postseason play, anything like that. Let's get that all out in the media. Let's start pushing my movie coming out. Let's start pushing my jersey change, and let's start looking forward to next season. So, a little lame there, but, I mean, you're LeBron. I guess you can do whatever you want. So, LeBron's going to be rocking number 6, and this kind of quick edit here, looking real good. In the blue Christmas Day Lakers jerseys, which are always great, and then rocking the number 6. So, no more 23 for LeBron. He's going back to number 6. All right, those were all the stories that we needed to go over for today. So, let's head over to, breaking down Aaron Rodgers' championship run. So here we go. We looked at it. We looked at the wild card game yesterday against the Eagles. Nothing great. We gave them 10 out of 100. What do we call it? We called it credit points. 10 out of 100 credit points. Does Aaron Rodgers deserve all the credit for his only championship run? That's kind of what we're investigating here over the next couple of days here. So against the Eagles, showed us nothing great. Only 180 yards passing. He had 3 touchdowns, but one was a screen. He fumbled the ball. He got bailed out by the defense on the Eagles' final drive. Michael Vick was at like the 30-yard line. Unfortunately, throws a pick in the end zone with like 48 seconds left. So the defense bails him out a little bit. We saw James Stark absolutely get it done in the running game. And Aaron Rodgers, not that much of an impact there game 1. So we didn't give him a lot of credit, but there's still more games to talk about. So now we go to the divisional round against the Falcons here. And hey, we'll watch the film. We'll watch the stats here. So here we go. I mean, they beat the Falcons 48-21, a big old blowout there. What did Aaron Rodgers do? Oh my goodness, 31 of 36 for 366 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Okay, looking real solid there. Who fumbled? Because the very first drive was a fumble. Who fumbled here? No. Who fumbled? Greg Jennings fumbled. Truly unfortunate there. So let's go into some of these drive charts here. They're scoring drive charts in C. Does Aaron Rodgers deserve credit for this win? So let's see. Here we go. The first touchdown drive starting in the first quarter at 4 minutes and 45 seconds. So let's cue that up. And we can start seeing if Aaron Rodgers deserves some credit here for this win. Can we give him any credit at all? I'm sure we can, but we'll see. Here we go. Let's get this up. All right, here we go. Packers down 7-0. Falcons were able to get on the board first. Packers out here not starting at great field position at their own 19-yard line. But here we go. First play. Aaron Rodgers dropping back to pass. There's a flag. And free play, but overshoots the receiver. So nothing. Did he draw him offsides himself? Let's see. Let's quickly take a look here. Did he get him with the classic? Let's see. Yes, he did. A little bit of a flinch there by him himself, which could have been offensive, but they get it on the defense. So very well done by Aaron Rodgers, getting out to a solid start on the drive. 1st and 5 now. Here we go. Aaron Rodgers. And then they're going to go back to the running game that went absolutely manic in the wild card round. Picks up about 4 yards. We get 2nd and 1. Come on, Aaron. Let's see you fling it down the field here. They go back to the run. Okay. Picks up the first on the run. Back to 1st and 10 after picking up the first down. Aaron Rodgers changing the play, winding the play clock all the way down. And hands off the ball again. And this one goes for about 10, 12, 13 yards, picking up the first down. So, once again, the running attack, setting everything up early. First down again. They run the ball again. All righty. Mike McCarthy's not playing with that fumble. Greg Jennings probably caught the ball, fumbled it. And then it's just Aaron Rodgers throwing it on 2nd and 6 to the back out of the backfield. Just basically the check down. Nothing great. Picks up the first, but, for Aaron Rodgers, making everybody else do all the work here. Back to 1st and 10. Back to the handoff. Only gets about a yard. And then here we go. Aaron Rodgers on 2nd and 9. Just a quick little flip to the wide receiver for about 2-3 yards. Little wide receiver screen. That's quick. So, once again, not going down the field. Easy completion. Only picked up about 2 yards. All right, now we get 3rd and 6. Come on, can Aaron pick it up here? Let's see what Aaron does. 3rd and 6. Here we go. Keep the drive moving. Keep it marching. They're across midfield at the Falcons' 40-yard line. On 3rd and 6, dropping back to pass. Aaron Rodgers, yes, sir, flings it in there wide open, 15 yards down the field, looking real good. That's a great one to Greg Jennings, and he doesn't fumble the ball. Fantastic. All right, that was the end of the first quarter. On that first down pickup, fantastic. Now we get it at the 25-yard line. Nice little quick out right there. Getting the ball there quickly. Picks up 5 yards. Great throw by Aaron Rodgers. 2nd and 5. In the red zone now. Once again, just another wide receiver screen that only picks up 2 yards. Nothing great, but it brings up another 3rd and 3. Aaron Rodgers, empty backfield in the red zone. And there he goes, just flings it real quick, getting the ball out of his hands quickly, picks up the first down. Well done. Now we're officially inside the 10-yard line, 1st and goal, Aaron Rodgers. They hand off the ball. All righty. Let's see what Aaron Rodgers can do here. 2nd and goal, and there it is. They call the touchdown. A quick little flip there. Fires it in. Corner of the end zone. And the receiver's able to do the rest of the yard there to finish it off. So very well done there. A solid drive here by Aaron Rodgers. We'll give him some credit there. Jordy Nelson, great touchdown. Nice little in and out real quick, open. And then he's able to dive for the pylon for the touchdown. Alrighty. So a solid touchdown drive there. Aaron Rodgers getting them off to the good start with the draw of the offsides. Running game plays a lot of a big part there, but he's able to capitalize on the rest of the drive. Alrighty, let's go to their next touchdown drive, starting at 11:49 in the second quarter. Let's see what Aaron Rodgers is looking like there. Falcons couldn't answer with the touchdown. Or no, they did. They did answer. Okay, my bad. So now it's 14-7. Pressure's back on Aaron Rodgers. Backed up to their own 8-yard line. A quick little slant there. Aaron Rodgers delivers the ball for a 6-yard pickup. Solid throw. 2nd and 4 from their own 14-yard line. Play action, and there we go. Strike down the field for a huge pickup, 25 yards plus, bingo, bango, basically at the 40-yard line. Very well done by Aaron Rodgers here, delivering a beautiful ball. That's fantastic. Nice little crossing route, picks up 20 yards. Fantastic. All right, back to 1st and 10. Aaron Rodgers back to pass. Another huge strike for about 12 yards. That man's got some zip on the ball here. Love it, man. Love it. Another first down. Aaron Rodgers tried to set up the running back screen. Unfortunately, just could not connect. 2nd and 10 from the 50-yard line. Escapes the pressure, running out, and oh my gosh! Woo! Man! Donald Jones, man, a great catch on the sideline. A great ball here by Aaron Rodgers. What do they call the flag on, though? Hopefully it's not on the offense, because this was a magnificent play here by Aaron Rodgers. Rolling out to his right, throwing on the run, and then just getting it there. Outstretched hands of the defender, able to get it all the way to the right of the sideline. And then it's just Donald Jones, man. Wow. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, he did step out of bounds, so the extra 10 to 15 he picked up isn't good to go, but it still picks up a lot of yards. Here we go, in the red zone now. Aaron Rodgers handing off the ball. Only goes for 1. 2nd and 9 from the 15. Aaron Rodgers back to Jones. And now we get 3rd and 3 in the red zone. Can Aaron Rodgers capitalize here? Plenty of time to pass. Oh, but he goes down. Sack. Goes down, sack. Bailed out by a penalty. Oh, my God. Bailed out here. Would have been 4th down. Would have had to settle for the field goal. But the Falcons have a defensive penalty here. Let's see. Illegal contact. Okay. Man, don't love the call. But bailed out by Aaron Rodgers. They go back to the running game. 2nd and goal from the 3 now. Aaron Rodgers. What do we got? You going to get bailed out again? And another bailout. Holding. Aaron Rodgers was trying to go to the wide receiver a little. It was decent. The holding definitely affected the ability to catch, so I'll give him that one. Not a total bailout. Maybe a little bit. Aaron Rodgers off the mark a little bit. But either way, 1st and goal from the 1 now. What do? Tight formation. They hand off the ball. And they stop him short. Wow. So now 2nd goal from the 1-inch line. They go back to the running game and power it in. Alrighty. So some great throws by Aaron Rodgers on that drive. Little bit of a bailout. But overall, I'll give Aaron Rodgers some nice credit on that one. All right, let's go to this one now, 14-14, and oh my God, is that Matt Ryan throwing picks? Yes, it is. Matt Ryan throwing picks on the Green Bay's 26-yard line. Let's see how Aaron Rodgers capitalized on the interception. So let's go to this drive, starting with 2 minutes, 20 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Coming off the pick, a lot of momentum. We saw him kind of flounder, taking advantage of picks against Tom Brady in this year's NFC Championship game. But let's see if he can capitalize on this one. At his own 20-yard line with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. What does Aaron Rodgers have for us? Good pass there, low and away. Man, oh man, this man is throwing it absolutely beautiful this game. I'm loving it. 2nd and 4. And then they just let it go down to the 2-minute warning. Out of the 2-minute warning, 2nd and 4. What do we get? Looks like false start there. So now 1st and 10. Wow, they get the defense on that? Wow, interesting. Okay. 1st and 10. 2 minutes left. Tie game at the 31-yard line. This is Aaron Rodgers' bread and butter right here. What can he do? Pressure's coming. Escapes the pressure. Throwing on the run, but he decides to keep it. And picks up 7 yards. This Aaron Rodgers has always been timid running the football. What's up with that? Man seems like he's got some good speed. And we see Matt Ryan's interception here. Back of the end zone, unfortunately. Underthrown late ball. All right, but back to Aaron Rodgers on this 2-minute drive. 2nd and 4. Play clock winding down. And they call him delay of game. So, Aaron Rodgers, still has those moments. He loves to wind down that play clock, draw the defense offside, and sometimes it bites him in the butt. But back to 2nd and 9 now. Let's get this 2-minute drive going. Here we go. Back to pass. Aaron Rodgers wide open. Yes, sir. Greg Jennings for a nice 15, 20-yard hookup. Middle of the field there, going up tempo. Or they call the timeout. Not even up tempo. All righty. They're calling timeouts. All right. Just across midfield. 1st and 10. Come on, Aaron. Let's see another great strike. Drops back to pass. Little check down right there. Picks up about 8 yards, though. Here we go. Now we're going up tempo. No timeouts at the 40-yard line. Oh, a quick throw. Try to squeeze it in there quick. Almost picked. Almost picked. Definitely broken up here. Tried to squeeze it in there quickly, and yeah, could have been a pick. Unfortunately, it goes incomplete. Lucky for Aaron Rodgers that it went incomplete. All right, now we go 3rd and 2. Aaron Rodgers changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Play clock is winding down in classic Green Bay fashion out here. Here we go. Aaron Rodgers. Oh, look at that. Wanted to run with it, but keeps his eyes down the field, over the middle of the field for a nice 15 to Donald Driver to the 20-yard line. Then they take the timeout with 48 seconds left. Aaron Rodgers, can he capitalize on this drive? 20 seconds left, 48 seconds, 20-yard line. Here we go. He's going deep. Oh, yes, sir. Great 50-50 ball, and that's to Jones. Is that him? Let me get the official name on him. I feel like I said it wrong. What do we got? James Jones. James Jones, absolutely fantastic for the touchdown. And there it is. Aaron Rodgers throwing it absolutely beautifully, and 100% credit on that throw. Recognizing the one-on-one matchup, throwing it in absolute great position. Oh, my God. And then just Jones going up and getting it, trusting your wide receivers. We love it. All righty. Aaron Rodgers doing a huge game. So much better in this game than the wild card round game against the Eagles. Fantastic. Let's take one more touchdown here. Let's take it when they're up 35-14. Falcons just punted. We'll end on this one. Oh, my God. Look at all these turnovers. Who's fumbling here on the Falcons in the 4th quarter? Matt Ryan fumbles. Oh, my God. And then another fumble. Who fumbled on this one? Jenkins fumbles, unfortunate. So a lot of turnovers there by the Falcons, unfortunate. But let's just take this last drive by Aaron Rodgers here, truly icing out the game. They're already up 35-14. They capitalize on this touchdown drive, making it 42-14 with about 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Pretty much game over at that time. A lot of fumbles. A missed field goal, unfortunate. But let's go to this drive. Here we go. Let's cue this up. 7:29 in the 3rd quarter left. And then we'll give Aaron Rodgers his score for this game. All right, Aaron. Let's end on a strong note here. Let's end on a strong note. Here we go. Let's go to... Here we go. They start on midfield. Oh, my God. Once again, great field positioning here. What did the Falcons punt? They punted 21 yards? Oh, my God, a shank. What an absolute meltdown by this Falcons team. You get Matt Ryan throwing 2 picks. You get Matt Ryan fumbling. You get Michael Jenkins fumbling. You get the punter punting out of bounds for only a 21-yard gain. Easy short field for Aaron Rodgers out here. So, Falcons truly imploding here at home. How unfortunate. In 2010. All right, so Aaron Rodgers starting at midfield. Here we go. Quick little hit to Greg Jennings. Who was that? Is that Greg Jennings? To a wide receiver for about 1 yard. Nothing great. 3 yards. All right. Then they go back to the running game. Picks up about 2, 3rd and 5. All righty, Aaron Rodgers, 3rd and 5. Got to pick this up. Let's see how he does it. Here we go. Drops back to pass, escapes the pressure, running out of the pocket, keeping his eyes downfield and throwing an absolute great strike to Jordy Nelson on the run. You love to see it. Picks up the 1st down. Alrighty, Aaron Rodgers now. Handing off the ball again. They love the run. Solid running game here by this Packers team overall. 2nd and 4, they go back to the run. Doesn't really pick up anything, just chewing out the clock. And now it's 3rd and 5. You know Aaron Rodgers has to throw it here. So let's see how they pick it up. Plenty of time to throw. And whoa, fantastic throw right here. Just out of the outstretched hands of the defender, and there he goes again. Aaron Rodgers, magnificent pass here. Let's watch it in slow-mo as he's going, looking that way all the time. Oh, man, the defenders out here are just getting burned by Aaron Rodgers, placing it magnificently. You love it. All right, now at the 11-yard line, let's see him capitalize off this drive. They go to the run game. Picks up 5 yards, 4 yards officially. 2nd and 6, Aaron Rodgers running out of the backfield, and that's the touchdown, dumping it off to the running back, the fullback. Look at that, stays in bounds and crosses the goal line for the touchdown. Absolutely amazing here. They go up 42-14, basically game over at that. So Aaron Rodgers, we're going to give him his credit here. We're going to give him 90 points out of 100. A great game overall, making all the throws. Threw for 3 touchdowns, 366 yards. Some great throws there. The defense did have, a nice kind of hand in this. The running game was solid. James Starks, another 66-yard kind of performance here. But overall, Aaron Rodgers is slinging it around, picking up those 3rd downs when they needed to, and capitalizing in the red zone every single time, basically. So love it, and we'll give Aaron Rodgers the credit here for this divisional playoff game. We'll give him 90 out of 100 credit points. Very well done. Alrighty, so we'll be back tomorrow when they go to the NFC Championship game. Let's see how Aaron Rodgers is looking at that. We know that's not always the best there for him. We'll see if he flounders. We'll see if he deserves some credit, and we'll keep that up on tomorrow's show. But let's close it out here by talking about basketball from last night. We had playoffs on last night. Nuggets, Suns, Game 2. We want to root for this Nuggets team. We're a big fan of Jokic. We're a big fan of Michael Porter Jr., but we had to bet on the Suns -5, and that's exactly what happened last night. So the Suns win. Very well done. 123-98. Once again, getting it done in the 3rd quarter. This Nuggets team cannot come out of halftime. I don't know what it is. They didn't have a great first half. They only put up 44 points, but overall they get blown out in that 3rd quarter and then just cannot do anything for the rest of the game. Unfortunate. So well done to the Suns. Everybody's looking great on the Suns team, man. And this Suns team is truly, this is a great team overall, and they're going to be able to rival the Jazz absolutely greatly, and potentially, I think so far of just what we've seen early on in this round 2 here in the Western Conference, I think I got to give it up for the Suns team. I think they're coming out of the West, and I think they'll be able to handle the depth of that Jazz team. They'll be able to kind of handle this dysfunction of that kind of Jazz team overall. Sometimes the offense doesn't look great. They only beat the Clippers by 3 in Game 1. We'll see how they do tonight. In game number 2, but overall the Suns team is just striking on all cylinders, and it's looking absolutely fantastic. So here we go. Let's start with the Suns. Devin Booker, 18 points and 10 rebounds. Absolutely fantastic. And once again, it's not Devin Booker putting up all the points, folks. It's everybody contributing, and it's just almost unstoppable here. Chris Paul, 17 points, 15 assists, 5 rebounds, and no turnovers. He's like one of the only players to do this. It was like, I think only 4 other players have done this, like 15 or more points with 15 assists and 0 turnovers. So Chris Paul's looking absolutely magnificent out there. DeAndre Ayton down low, 15 points, 10 rebounds. McCall Bridges, 16 points. And then Jay Crowder, baby, 11 points, 5 rebounds, a plus 20 on the floor. And he hit 3 of 4 from the 3. Reliable, nice defensive number 4 out here for the Suns team. All striking on all cylinders. And then we get the bench, folks. Dario Saric, 8 points. We get Frank Kaminsky, 5 points. We get Torrey Craig, 10 points. We get Cameron Johnson, 7 points. We get Cameron Payne, 7 points. We get Moore, 7 points as well. So everybody able to just get great production here. Starters, bench, everybody working together. It's not just Devin Booker putting up 35, 40 points and him doing all the scoring. Everybody is firing on all cylinders here for the Suns team, and that's given us great promise on what the Suns team can do. All right, now the Nuggets, real lackluster by basically everybody. Nobody can score. Jokic, 24 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists. He's a minus 14 on the floor, unfortunately. And then we get Austin Rivers, 6 points. We get Facundo Campazzo, 3 points. We get Michael Porter Jr. light, 11 points. He hit 2 of 9 from the 3. Lackluster is the back starting to kind of catch up with him. We know that's kind of, why it's just truly unfortunate why he's not a megastar in this league. Those back injuries early on in his career in college, I believe, and he's just not looking maybe the same out here. So only 11 points. They need Michael Porter Jr. to step it up hugely. And then Aaron Gordon, only 6 points. We don't rely on him to score. He's not that big scorer out there, and 6 points is still a little light from him. And then off the bench, Paul Millsap, he gave us 11.6 rebounds. We get Will Barton. He did play. He was a game-time decision, but he did go, and he got us 10 points, 3 assists off the bench. But once again, just nothing great off that starting lineup. No real solid point production. Monte Morris letting us down, 3 points on 7 shots. We need him and Facundo Campazzo to be solid, but this Nuggets team falling apart here early. We're not going to kind of jump ship just quite yet. We're very close to, but we'll see what the Nuggets can do in Game 3 at home if they can kind of turn it around a little bit. But overall, the Suns team is looking a little unstoppable. They get out to hot starts. They're great out of halftime, great in that early third quarter to extend their lead already, and the Suns team is just getting it done. Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton, Devin Booker, Jay Crowder, McCall Bridges, man, they're all getting it done. It's absolutely fantastic to see. So, Suns take game number 2, 2-0 lead here over the Nuggets, and we bet on them, we hit them, and that leads us into tonight's action, folks. We get 2 games on today. We get the Bucks and the Nets, 7:30 game 3. Series shifts over to Milwaukee, and then we get the Clippers Jazz game 2. We'll see how the Clippers can kind of rebound here. Very close loss against the Jazz, 3-point loss at the end of the game. Marcus Morris had a chance to tie it up. He gets blocked by the Defensive Player of the Year that was just announced last night, Rudy Gobert. So shout out to Rudy Gobert. Solid defender out there. Everybody hates it. I guess it's all right. I don't feel strongly either way around it. I would have given it to Dylan Brooks, but he kind of emerged a little too late. Missed a couple of games there. Alrighty, so let's get these lines up to date. We hit our moneymaker last night, Suns -5, so let's do the same thing tonight, folks. So let's get these lines up to date. Let's see who's all in and out. And let's see where the value is tonight. So here we go. First game up is the Nets and the Bucks, and man, oh man, Vegas, they're tempting me, folks, and I think we're going to fall for the temptation. We want to see this Bucks team win. We had them kind of our initial champions at the start of the NBA playoffs, but man, oh man, have they been floundering here against this Nets team in the playoffs. So Nets +4 on the road, Bucks -4. I cannot believe that spread. I can't believe it. But for the Nets, Jeff Green is still out, James Harden's out, so everybody's ready to rock. That's been playing in the series. And then the same thing for the Bucks, just Dante DiVincenzo's out, but we knew he's out. We know he's out. He's been out. So basically everybody's good to go. That's been playing in game 1 and 2. Series shifts over to Milwaukee. Now, Milwaukee, they won those road games at the end of the season. That's what was giving us so much promise on this Bucks team against the Nets when we were kind of walking through the playoffs at the start of the playoffs. But what I've seen of this Bucks team in the first 2 games, I am sold on nothing. This Bucks team has sold me on nothing. Giannis can't get down low. He's looking hesitant to driving because he doesn't want to get fouled because he can't hit the free throws. He also can't hit the threes. So he's in this kind of limbo on what to do. Nobody else is stepping it up. Chris Middleton's not stepping it up. I can't rely on anybody on this Bucks team. Brook Lopez is their best scorer. How crazy is that? And that's their 5. I'm not going to rely on that to win the game for them. And then for this Nets team, just everybody playing so great. Blake Griffin, I have to apologize, and I will get on my knees and bow down to you. If you have a good game tonight, I'll do that. But he's just been so freaking great games 1 and games 2, and I got to give him respect for that. Kevin Durant is always fantastic. Kyrie Irving's always fantastic. fantastic. And then you get Bruce Brown and Joe Harris. Can we talk about how great Joe Harris has been? He's always getting his on this crowded offense. And it's just, I can't see this Bucs team bouncing back, honestly. The beef down low. Giannis cannot get down low. Blake Griffin is stopping Giannis from getting down low. Back-to-back MVP Giannis can't even beat Blake Griffin, who was in Detroit, not dunking, and then suddenly reemerged the dunk king here in Brooklyn. So I got to take these 4 points here by the Nets. There's just nothing showing. I saw nothing in those first 2 games that make me want to bet on the Bucs. I'll root for the Bucs. I'm rooting for the Bucs here, but I cannot bet this Bucs team. They've shown us nothing. Blowouts game 1 and game 2. Giannis can't get down low. Giannis is looking timid, and there's just no other great production on this Bucs team. Who am I relying on? Nobody. I can't. I can rely on Kevin Durant, DeAndre Jordan, Bruce Brown, Kyrie Irving, Joe Harris, Mike James. Can we talk about how great Mike James has been, folks? Absolutely fantastic. So this Nets team is just too deep, and I'm getting 4 points. I don't care that they're on the road. I'm going to gobble up those 4 points, and we're about to hit this moneymaker. Absolutely fantastic. I have to take the Nets +4 here. All right, then we get the Clippers and the Jazz. Clippers +3.5, Jazz -3.5. So very close to what happened game 1. Jazz were -4 the spread. They win by 3. They toned down the spread a little bit, tweaking it to Jazz -3, Clippers +4. Serge Ibaka is out. He's not going. And then for the Jazz, Mike Conley is out as well. And that's real tough for them because they're looking real lackluster offensively, and he is officially ruled out just 7 minutes ago. So, this Jazz team -3.5. Mike Conley's a huge scoring production for this team. They were looking a little lost without him. Donovan Mitchell stepped it up fantastic, and everybody was surprised by that, but did y'all not just see what he did in the bubble? I mean, going toe-to-toe with Jamal Murray. I mean, alternating 50-point games for both of those players. Unfortunately, Donovan Mitchell comes up a little short in just a little. I think it was like a 2-point win in game number 7, real close there. So it's real tough here, but can the Clippers keep up this offensive pace? That's what I'm a little nervous on. I don't know if I can truly rely on just the scoreability of this Clippers team. Playoff P is still in big effect, and just as the more the playoffs go on, Playoff P is still going to get worse and worse and worse. It's not like he's going to get better as the playoffs continue on, but I think I got to go with the Jazz here, -3.5. I think they win outright here, this Jazz team, obviously. That's why we're taking the -3.5 points. They won by 3 in the game 1. I can see them doing the same thing here in game number 2. We'll try not to get killed by this half-a-point hook here, but until this Clippers team, like their defense is good, don't get us wrong, but at the end of the day, you still need to put up points, and I just can't. I can rely on Kawhi. Reggie Jackson's solid, but once again, Paul George, but on the flip side, they were still in it. Only lost by 3 with Paul George shooting like 23%. Not very good, but overall, oh man, this one's tough. I think I got to go with the Jazz here. I got to go with the Jazz at home. We'll swallow the 3.5. We'll see if we have to make any adjustments for game number 4. Clippers can't win on the road. Or no, they do win on the road. They won on the road on the Mavericks series, but I think I'm going to just go with the Jazz again. We'll go with the Jazz again. Donovan Mitchell shows no signs of slowing down. And once again, he's going against like Reggie Jackson. That's kind of easy for the man. Rudy Gobert down low. Hopefully he has a better game down low. The Clippers' beef down low was kind of getting it done, honestly. So we'll see if they can get it done in back-to-back games here. But I'm going to go with the Jazz -3.5. So that's our moneymaker for tonight. Nets +4, Jazz -3.5. All right, that's going to do it for us today. We're back tomorrow, live noon Eastern. Let's see if anything has been breaking as we were live. Any news? Not seeing so. Let's see, nothing else. All righty. Well, that's going to do it for us today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. We're back tomorrow, live noon Eastern. And we will see you tomorrow. Alrighty, folks.